Today we're checking out a very special 1977 Camaro Z28. Gorgeous car, what I'd classify as a survivor. The story I got from this car, granted it was circumstantial from the previous owner. He had bought it from the original owner who owned it since just last year up in Minnesota. Always took care of it. Supposedly the interior's original and it looks that way. 4-speed manual transmission, which is huge in these cars.
It's just a real time capsule except for the paint, huh?
Yeah.
The paint's gorgeous and
beautiful.
redone, but look under the hood. The 5.7 liter numbers matching engine, right?
Yep. Power steering, power brakes.
Not an air car, but never came with it, so. Kind of a plain Jane as far as in the inside. It's got the factory AM radio, but it still works perfectly.
Yeah, it's crazy. This car, mechanically and drive-wise, is fantastic. We'll do that here in a few minutes. But
You've been underneath of it, Dalton. And this one runs so quiet, we're just gonna leave it run.
yeah,
As far as you've been underneath of it, you're the one that took the undercarriage photos. How is it underneath?
good solid car underneath. The photos are up on the website. You can check them out at coyoteclassics.com.
Good,
Original floors.
good. And this is just going to prove the car was a Minnesota car. You said it lived most of its life
Yep.
anyway.
Yep.
But still, the floors, the body's laser straight, the floors are super solid and original. It doesn't matter where these cars come from, guys. It matters how they were kept.
Absolutely.
Matters what their owner was like,
Yep.
right?
And this owner, he always had it serviced at the same Chevy dealership that he bought it from. And even all these years later, just last year, he traded it back into that Chevy dealer he bought it
No
brand new from.
frickin' way.
Yep, they're still in business and they got the car back.
Oh my gosh. Did this one have any paperwork at all on it, D?
Unfortunately, it didn't. I just got the story from Joe, who bought it from the original owner.
Okay. Yeah, as we look up and down the side, for a black car, it's gorgeous. The front end looks nice as well. Gaps were really good as we went over them on the front of the hood. It's got some BFGs, 225, 70, 15s, and I really like the size of these and the stance. Tires, as far as, might be older, but we have some good tread left on them. Back of the hood lines up beautifully. If you're looking for a turnkey, gorgeous show quality car, I mean, you can't beat these next generation Camaros, can you?
No, you can't.
The back of the door lines up perfectly. The stripe does as well. Whoever did the paint job and the decals on this super original car did a fantastic job. Kind of a no expense spared on that paint job.
Yeah, you
as
can
far as on the
shave,
outside.
shave anywhere in it. It's very nice.
Even here, corner of the door is absolutely mint. Minnesota car, huh?
Yep.
I love that. Customers ask us all the time where they come from, and like I said, it really doesn't matter a bunch. See owner's manual to adjust the correctness of the seat belt still in there. Carpet's been replaced. Interior is beautiful, very, very soft.
And I was told it was the original.
Okay.
I know the door panels definitely appear to be. The seats are so damn nice that it's hard to say for sure. But
It is hard to say, but super nice. The dash pad has one little warp in it, which is very common right here. Other than that, there's no cracks. It's beautiful. The dash itself, the original radio, all the plastic and stuff under the dash is perfect. Of course, it's real Z28 steering wheel. Factory 4-speed is gorgeous. Boot, shifter. How many miles on this one?
I'll have to double check. I think like 70 something, maybe less.
Top of the back seat is excellent. Back shelf is nice. There you can see the seat backs. I mean, the back glass is nice and clear. I think we're gonna get a lot of calls on this one, D.
66,000 miles.
How much?
66.
66,000. So very well could be the original interior. It's hard to say on that. But definitely a super nice body and original miles, without a doubt. Runs awesome. This spoiler right here sits up just a little bit higher on this side. The other side seems like it sits really nice. I mean, if you're gonna pick on it just a little bit. Right back in here, a lot of times you'll see a rust bubble or an issue. Absolutely perfect back there, no problems at all. The trunk lid lines up beautifully. Tail light lenses, look at them. Reverse light lenses are gorgeous. The paint, the stripes, the decals, the bumper. I like how it's all blacked out too, D.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. And And I love these Z28 wheels that come on these cars.
Yeah, nice.
Fantastic look.
Beautiful quarter over the wheel well, behind the wheel is great. Top side of the door, our gap is really good. It's got a couple, it's just a paint chip here, guys, that was touched up. The bottom of the door sticks out just a little bit right here. The passenger side was perfect. A little rock chip right there on the top of the rocker. Bottom of the fender is awesome. I don't see any bubbles, blisters. Really, really clean, black with a white interior car.
And the trunk is awesome too. On our website, you can see those photos. To me, it looked like all original spackle in the trunk.
Dalton went out and bought this car, did a nice job.
It's a good one.
Nothing but the best, right, D?
That's right.
Inside the door panel is great. Now look at this. Like you said, door panel is original. You see that yellowing right there in that very, very corner. Same thing back here. Just a little bit there. So that kind of goes to prove that the door panel is original. You also see just a little tiny little bit of yellowing on the armrest, but it's still perfect. So here's another thing that, a couple of things that definitely tell me it's original mile car. Look at the shifter sill.
Yeah, and the carpet even looks original to me.
It could be, but it's so nice.
This little, I know, but it's a well-kept 66,000 miles.
Look at the radio.
That's crazy.
People recognize me, they'd say, my mother died of cancer, and the last...
Isn't that, I mean, just look at the knobs. How about this? Look at the paint on the dash still. The gate, crystal cleanliness of the gauges. Temp gauge works, oil pressure is over at 70 pounds. Factory tack works, we're running about 600 to 700 RPM, 66,129 miles. Gas gauge works, volt gauge is charging at 14. Wipers park correctly. Dome light works. Wow, what a car.
It's nice.
Huh?
And mechanically, once we drive this, it's just like going back to 77 and driving one off the lot as far as the tightness, how it shifts, how it feels.
We've had a lot of nice 79s. Try that again. We had a lot of nice 79s, but I've never had a, I don't even know if we've had any 77s.
I don't see them that often. I like these though. They're similar, you know, they're kind of on that like similar to 70, 73 platform. It's like a mix of the 79 and 73. You know, they're all considered a second generation Camaro, but
super cool. I don't know if you heard that there in the video, but the heater fan works great too.
Nice.
No squeal, nothing like that. Even the suspension as we took off, it's just so quiet, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, this is just a real time capsule. Just go through it nice and quiet here.
And these 4-speeds, you don't find them all that often. And it seems like whenever you do, you know, in these Camaros, they just go fast.
This is the first time I've been behind the wheel of this one. The brakes are perfect. We got disc on the front, no pull left or right. The steering wheel is perfectly straight. Turn signal indicator works on both sides. Doesn't surprise me. I mean, everything else works. Yep, lighter works.
Awesome.
Look at this too. One last thing. You can tell it's original because it's got, look how crystal clear that is, except for just a couple of spots on the end. There's no doubt this is a 66,000 mile car.
Yeah, just baby.
How quiet, no exhaust noise.
Yep. It seems like
Did
always.
it have a little exhaust like when it came in?
It did, yeah. Just in the muffler had a.
Oh, we put 2 new mufflers on.
Yeah.
Brand new. Yep, 2 brand new mufflers. We didn't do nothing radical. Just something nice and quiet like I would have had back in 1977. Here we go. Sit you back in your seat. Nice second gear scratch. 40, what were we, about 4,200 RPM again. 65 mile an hour. There's 75 and we're doing 84,000 RPM right there.
Yeah, it just drives awesome. Like I said, it's just really tight, nice.
Listen how quiet it is.
Yeah. It seems like, you know, you can look around the edges and that kind of tells you original miles, but once you drive them, that's the real test. You know, something like this with low miles, it feels different than your...
And here's our brakes at high speeds. We went from like 70 to 0 right there.
And how about your idle too? It dropped downward where you could hardly hear it, but it stayed, you know, idle, and the idle drops down, and idle's really nice.
Yeah, it's idling about 600 RPM. Even just the acceleration's quiet, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, this is definitely a car you could jump in and drive cross country.
Yeah.
It's got good acceleration, nothing stupid, nothing crazy.
Just like it wouldn't from the
exactly
factory.
like it was back in the day. Good gears. I mean, they must be, we're doing 70 mile an hour, doing 3,500 RPM, so they're probably 373s. Whatever they came with from the factory is probably still what's in it. But I'm guessing probably like a 355 or a 373 gear.
Yep. Here's your brakes again. No rattle, no noise. Stop perfectly straight.
It's running nice and cool. Also, it's running about 170, 180.
Nice, and it was idling there too for 10 or 15 minutes, so
Yeah,
stays cool. Just a nice car. Check this one out on the website, coyoteclassics.com. If you're interested, you can also give us a call at 641-816-3145. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.